Students, so for today I just want to remind you on how to do leidende in bedrijvende vorm. And if you forget what it's called, it's in English it's called active and passive voice. And I have 3 examples here, and I hope that will help us just to quickly remember what precisely we need to do when we work on this. All right, so let's have a look. So if I come here and I see what the sentences are, you'll see that before you even start, what you need to remember is that you need to first identify whether the sentence is in the present tense or in the past tense or in the future tense. And what I would suggest you do is, if you're unsure, just highlight the verb. In this case, for instance, it's skop. This one would be eet. That one's roep. That one's kyk. Then we have kou. And then we have the past tense, which you will most probably see with a het geskop and het geëet. And this one is het geroep and het gekyk en het gekou. All right. So, and the last one is if something's in future, it normally has a sal, skop, sal eet, kan roep, could be something like that, sal kyk, and sou kou. Sure about that one, but we'll quickly go through them and just answer them. So have a look what they say. When you do it in present tense, then you're going to use voort, deur, together with the ge plus the verb. So let's do the first one. Die seun skop die bal. Die bal, you can see that is my object if you use stompie. Die bal word deur die seun geskop. Okay. So basically these two are moved from front to back. My subject becomes my object, and then we have the word deur geskop. So let's do the second one. Die man eet die pizza. Die pizza word, that's the one that you need to put in, deur also, die man, and then we put geëet. Now remember, we have these little dots on the second E, geëet. Okay, there we go. Kyk roep die kelner. Die kelner word deur kyk geroep. And again, my word and my deur must be there. I didn't put them now in uppercase, but you could see that they have to be there. All right. Then the next one, pa kyk die rugby. Die rugby word deur pa gekyk. All right. Diane kou die biltong. Die biltong word deur Diane gekou. There you go. So this is for present tense. What happens in past tense? You have the het geskop, and again you're going to go and switch the die seun en die bal around so that the bal becomes your subject. So in this case, the bal is there, and then you're going to use is deur. Then you're going to put your die seun and then geskop. All right, so there we go. Let's look at the next one. Die man het die pizza geëet. So we start with die pizza. And then we say, is deur die man geëet. And again, we have to put these 2 little dots. If you know what it's called, let me know. I don't know what it's called. Kyk het die kelner geroep. Die kelner is deur kyk geroep. There we go. Pa het die rugby gekyk. Die rugby word, nee, is deur pa gekyk. All right. And then we have Diane het. So it becomes die biltong is deur Diane gekou. Good. Last one. So for now, then we go to the future tense. You can have sal, kan, moet, and mag. And then you have a ge and then word at the end. So you'll see here, die seun sal die bal skop. So we start with your object, die bal. Sal, and then you put your deur in. Deur, die seun geskop word. Good. So let's see. Let's do this again. And here we go. Die pizza sal deur die man geëet word. I just have to, there we go. Kyk kan die kelner roep. So we write, die kelner kan deur kyk geroep word. In this case, I'm using the kan because that is the one that can be used. Sal, kan, moet, and mag can be used as future tense, what do you call it, verb ones. All right, here we go. Then die rugby sal deur pa gekyk word. And Diane sou. So then we have here die biltong sou deur Diane gekou word. All right, there we go. We have 3 tenses. If you know precisely in which one your sentence falls in, it is very, very easy to do this. Good luck for the exam, and I know you'll do well. Bye.